The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
What now?
On play action, it's Carr. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal of how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, Wilson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Carr now on first down. Forced out to his left. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
In motion right is Robinson.
93.
On 2nd and 1, Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him, and try and cover him before he gets going.
29, 34.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trevor Merritt. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
6-18.
To throw his Carr. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's in. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Kamara trying the right side, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd and 9. Carr.
He'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The defense was ready for the ball to leak out and even had a second play waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A first update now out of Jacksonville. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And the slot man goes in motion left. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert it, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Falcons defense stands tall to get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
26 more yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
They run with Sanders off the option.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
The Falcons at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners is 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
An option. Handoff given to Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Touchdown, Falcons! Donald Parham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, Wilson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Bass on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on second down. Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Kamara up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now a toss. Kamara left side. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get lost in a 2-minute warning. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
29. 734. 694.
Now Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the 2nd measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
And able to get this out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Hey, little.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
No, we changed it.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Pulls it in at the 13. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Hey, little. Hey, come on.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
And here's Rodgers on the return. 13 yards the tally on the return there.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Well, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And now here's another interception.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Garrett Wilson from 17 yards out. And the Falcons have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From his end zone, Wilson.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On second down and 4, Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I agree with that. It's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Carr now on first down. Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
29. Express. 808.
Now Carr again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first and 10, here's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Darnell Mooney, 44 yards. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant a performance as you can hope for on both sides of the football.
We have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually out in the field trying to chase.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing is Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, Wilson. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First interception. Now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or something overlooked him and getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever. Throwing now is Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. And as this defense walks off the field, they